So I'm going to assume that it's not that form of utter incompetence. Making our own Mourneblades. It's time for artifacts too. So there's a Redditor, Beyond Electric Dreams, on the Warcraft lore sub, shared his thoughts about the recently revealed history of Zoval being the Arbiter, the stripping of his anima used to forge a new Arbiter, and what it means for us as players in getting back the Arbiter's essence. He suggested all points to us obtaining our very own personal Mourneblades, similar to how the artifact weapons were in Legion. So yeah, fun Reddit post from
Yep.
from this guy that we thought we would bring up. So yeah. Yeah, there we go. Could do that. Will they feel like they really need another big thing? Who knows?
Yeah. Have they got the resources to make a set of Mourneblades for people that look interesting and look good? Because the artifact weapons were such an endeavor for them to make those things. So unless they make them as part of the tier sets that will definitely be in 9.2 now, 100%. I actually don't know, because that would be pretty...
It would be cool, but it would be a cool fantasy on what is basically a game design problem that continues of the borrowed power.
Yeah, but it would also be a problem of, and this is a different one, if we make Mourneblades and then we use them as weapons, we're pretty bad, ultimately. Because we're just stealing souls from stuff we're killing. Unless we use them as regular weapons, and then where's all the power coming from? So they should be, to be more accurate, they should probably be more like the legendary weapons that were just for that particular KT fight.
I've worked out how we're going to do it, Matt.
Okay.
Right? We're going to have the new tier sets.
Yep.
We're going to have these new tier sets, right? And they're going to be themed around the essential purpose of death, right? So our confidence, you know what, the good death. And the more you increase your renown bar, and you know, stuff, they'll accidentally make Azerite gear again, but they won't have realized it.
Oh, perfect.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you. I don't think that'll happen. That won't happen for sure. But seriously, please, if you're doing tier sets the next patch, they're just bits of gear that drop in the raid. No system. Yep. No system. No player agency with them either. Zero player agency. Zero customization of the power of this gear. Just tier sets. Just like it was in the past. Please, for the love of God, please stop just putting a new thing on. We did not want corruptions. We did not want domination sockets and shards. Please stop. Please stop. Please. So yeah, anyway, cool. Moving on, Matt. Is it time for big smiles? Are you ready for a big happy smile?
Yay!
It's time to make Matt a happy boy. Everyone, big Pepsi emotes in chat for making Matt a happy man. So Matt, great news.
Yep.
Real good news. Hello everyone. You bring up a valid point about the Conduit upgrade items not being spec specific. It can be frustrating when you get a Conduit for a spec you may never use. To address this, we're working on a change that will go live with next week's reset that will allow the Soul Twining Crescent and Deathbound Shard to grant conduits based on your current spec instead of my class. In order to receive the conduits of the spec of your preference, you need to switch your spec fully. Changing loot spec won't work. I really feel like we should have done this segment with the camera on your reaction, not me speaking, because you guys missed on a number of incredible animations that just came out of Matt. Incredible animations. So
I'm not happy.
now this is incredible. And in addition to this, they're increasing the drop rate of the Deathbound Shard when completing the Adamant Vaults in Torghast, Tower of the Damned. And there's a bit of a damned if you do, damned if you don't here, because I am glad that they have done this. This is absolutely an improvement to the game, and I applaud and encourage improvements to the game. And then I also think, cool. I'm glad I didn't engage in that system because I'd have been fucking livid. I mean, even the amount of times where it's like, I don't play Beast Mastery. I don't play Beast Mastery. Why have I just got a Beast Mastery conduit? Because let me tell you, if I could get these upgrade items, click on them and click on the conduit that I want, I would actively go and farm them. Because I'd be like, okay, here's what I want to do. I'll go do it. Because you did the RNG on a class basis, not a spec basis, Blizzard, you made it impossible for me to want to play your game because it was disrespecting my time actively, clearly in order to just get more engagement. Because you guys designed this. You guys designed this. And you designed it the way that you shipped it. There is absolutely zero universe where you knew or where this is a design oversight. And frankly, if this was a design oversight, that you guys didn't think it would be a bad experience for a player who cares about their current spec to not be able to upgrade the conduits for that spec, you don't have enough foresight in order to be working on systems in an MMO like this. I am sorry. So I'm going to assume that it's not that form of utter incompetence. I'm going to assume that they purposefully did it on classes because they thought, I guess, that would get more engagement out of people.
The presentation of this makes me sick. It's so ignorant. Hey everyone, it can be frustrating, can't it?
Well,
thank you for your feedback. Yep. Well, I'll tell you this. Okay. So
who the fuck's Linksy? This is a new person.
Oh, okay.
Oh, notice Linksy. And I would say it's not their fault at all.
Yeah, it's not their fault.
Could you imagine being a community manager for Blizzard right now?
Yeah.
I mean, your job is basically chaperoning devs who can't really take or respond to feedback. And I am more than happy to say that publicly because we have years of evidence that the devs don't take feedback. And when they do, it is months and months and months and months and patches late and seems fucking kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
Corruption rotation.
Yeah.
Like this is just like the corruption rotation thing again. Mm-hmm. It's like you're literally arbitrarily not letting me work on the thing. So
I mean, like, I looked it up. How many days ago was November 23rd, 2020? 263 days. So this should have been in the game 263 days ago for the Conduit system at launch to be in any way player friendly. Again, it's still not friendly enough. It's still random based on spec, which is still kind of grim because you can get finesse stuff instead of potency, or you can get the defensive stuff instead of potency.
Do you want to smile so hard you turn inside out and just die instantly?
Yes.
So imagine if, right, you got a whole bunch of artifact power in Legion, and then that artifact power you trade in for a artifact upgrade token.
Yeah.
You then click on that, and it upgrades a random trait in your artifact weapon.
Yep.
But not of the spec you're currently playing.
Of course. Yeah, just randomly.
Hey, Blizzard, that's what you've just done here. I know you might not have realized it. And in fairness, it's not as impactful. It's not as impactful. But in principle, design principles. Maybe if they had some, they wouldn't make the same mistake again and again and again, seemingly while not realizing it and being very surprised by the player feedback.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
You don't have to be the prophet fucking Valen.
That's the thing. Thank you for your feedback. I am very sure this feedback was given in beta. If not, well, when did the Conduit system first actually appear in beta? It was pretty late in beta, wasn't it? That was fully usable, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was late.
I can't remember. But I'm fairly sure this has been talked about significantly by a lot of people across the World of Warcraft community. So, you know what? Good. If these are the changes you're going to make in future, make them. But please make them a little bit quicker. Instead of 263 days after the expansion launches, after a significant amount of people are done with the content of your current patch, especially when your story campaign was finished.
Yeah.
And the last step of your story campaign had no gameplay.
It's like, people say to me, what's the difference between a paid beta and a live game that just has to evolve and respond to player feedback? I think it's the baseline of quality and the types of issues. Absolutely, refining a game once it's live is great, and this is an example of refining a game. But it shouldn't be that goddamn rough when it first comes out. That's your situation with this. I'm glad this has happened. I'm glad the feedback has, I guess, been listened to. I just cannot fathom how it took this long.
Yep. I mean,
so there you go. And this is making me sad because I really hate sitting here and, like, seriously, there's these people who think that this is all like some crazy grift. That, you know, it's not. It's fucking depressing.
God, I wish it was a grift.
And
That'd be so much
if
nicer.
if this was a fucking grift while we were doing this, I'm fairly sure that you and me wouldn't have the problems that we have on a regular basis.
You just go home, be happy. Be like, all right, well, done with that shitty grift. Now I can enjoy things. But now you have to go home and think, all right, well, I want to play World of Warcraft, but it's kind of shit. Can't fuck. Now just sat thinking about it. Just spend all week thinking about ways World of Warcraft could be better. And then they take that feedback 12 months later.
Yeah. Like this general situation is so fucking bad for everyone involved's mental health. It sucks and I hate it.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. It's like why is this shit not story we experience with our character like in actual gameplay instead of just watching something?
Yeah.
You know? Like I like the little stay a while and listens and stuff like that. I do.
Nice.
I do, but it should be stuff we experience just after just seeing other MMOs that do this better. It's like, Blizz, there's no excuse for you guys to be so bad at this.
Yeah. I mean, for people asking what we mean by grift, I guess it literally means scam, but it's more recently been used for people who are kind of sort of dishonestly engaging with something or a community in order to like make money off it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's life would be so much nicer if that was what we were doing, but we're not. We're here for real, and that's what makes it so fucking difficult.
Yeah, if this was a grift, there'd be like an internal separation of church and state, which would mean that we wouldn't feel like fucking Varian Rin 1 second after he gets sharded every day of our fucking lives for the last few months. Because that's basically what it's felt like.
Yep.
I mean, in a big way, seeing the thing we love being mishandled.
Yep.
That's what it is. Okay, right. What's...
Oh,
Dakor put it in there as breaking news, open me.
I mean, he's right, but also
Good man.
bastard. Like,
Good man.